Hi guys, Skip here, and it is that time of year. It's Christmas time, and we should all be in the festive spirit of giving, of connecting with friends, with family, and really opening up our hearts at this time of the year. But I'm sorry to say it, but Christmas is going to be over soon, and 2017 is going to be here. And I've just had a phone call from a dear friend of mine. Some of you who are in our environment know him. Some of you that have gone to his amazing restaurant in London will know who he is. He owns the incredible Vantra, and he just gave me a call to say, Skip, I want to put something special on for people in London on New Year's Day, and I want you to be a part of it. And the reason for him doing this is to really make sure that you guys follow through on what you want to happen in 2017. So instead of me telling you about this amazing idea that all you guys are going to be invited to, let's bring on this Google Hangout. Good friend of mine, Phong from Vantra. Welcome, Phong.
Hello everyone. Yes.
So tell us about what's going to be happening then on the New Year's Day in London. What time, where, and what it's going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be in the Common Road by the church. We just opened a new restaurant called Vantra Eden. The reason we call Eden because it's next to the church. We want to bring back the spirit of how it started, where mankind started, the purity, the integrity, the love. You know, when once upon a time, when there is no extreme of love and hate, everything is in oneness. So, eating pure food, not the forbidden apple. Yeah. So that's why Vantra we do everything free from food, and we like to kickstart for this new year, and we like to launch on that day as well. And in the meantime, invite people like you, one of the main guests. We will help people to transform their life. I know in the East, because I come from Malaysia, and you go to do a lot of event there, and people start calling you Miricle Man, and you really have transformed a lot of people. And last time you brought even my Prime Minister, the Health Minister, you know, and he was really wow about your power. Even though his driver was so much power, he was thinking, well, what is he on, you know? So, and I see how you grow, you know. You was my client, my customer for a long time, and then become a friend. Then you're eating this healthy food, and I see you grow so fast. So I like to, instead of this new year, it's a resolution with I see so many customers. That's how I feel. I want to open this New Year festival and in the Garden of Eden to serve pure food. And I see a lot of customers struggling. Even my staff, you know, I told you so many times, isn't it, Skip? And people ask for this, what, where, why, how. But to me, it's not just what, it's about who, our vibration, our purity, and that's what you're teaching. So that's why I invite you to share your, not just your knowledge, but your action, your vibration, that day, how you play, how you achieve all these dreams. So would you like to tell us what is the secret?
Oh, well, first of all, I'm honoured that you called me up to ask me to be a part of this event that you're going to be doing on New Year's Day, which again, I'm just going to tell you guys, it's right by Tottenham Court Road, by the on where the church is, and it's a brand new place that Fon's opened up, and we have been friends for many years, and he's seen me grow from literally nothing in the world of transformation to really having the fortune of coaching tens of thousands of people every single year to help them live their dreams. And one of the first elements that we always cover is, you know, you see me wearing a stupid Santa hat. Why am I doing this? Yeah, one is because I'm stupid. But the other thing is I like to play like a child. And I really believe that the new generation, the younger generation, of course, they're the future, but I believe that they're more connected to the essence of who we really are when it comes to life, when it comes to humanity. You know, how do we feel when we're holding a brand new baby? How do we feel when we see children just playing around, having a good time? It opens up our hearts. And in those moments, we're not worried about the future. We're not worried about the past. We're not in our heads overthinking stuff and beating ourselves up with our stupid thoughts. We get right in the present moment with an open heart, and we're taking in stuff that life is feeding us, and we're giving life the good essence of who we are. So the first point is we've got to be childlike, not childish, but childlike, where we start to see the eyes through the wondrous eyes that children do, where they have no limitations. Their imagination is just wild and out there. There's no limits with the mind. Now, what I've got planned for you, as soon as you called me up, of course, like everybody, I had plans, New Year's Eve, plans for New Year's Day, and when I realized what it is that you wanted to share with people, and you've got a list of entertainers that you're bringing in, it's going to be such a fun evening for people. Now, let me just paint this picture. If you're watching this right now, is this you? New Year's Eve comes and you're consuming, most of them, the product of decay, alcohol, and you're having it in mass. So you start to think and act a little bit differently to normal. And then the clock strikes 12 and you get really focused, you get with your loved ones, and you start to plan all your New Year's resolutions of what you're going to do. And then suddenly you're waking up the next day and you're like, oh God, man. Oh, that party, it got me good. And the New Year's resolutions, you just forgotten about them already. So when Lenny said, look, I want to do this evening from 6 o'clock on New Year's Day to midnight, and I want to plan something magical for people. I want them to be connected to what he calls not the resolutions, the revolution. And this is the revolution of your life. How's your life going to unfold? Well, that depends on you. That depends on what decisions you make. That depends on how you look after your body, how you look after your mind, because they're the only things that are with you for the entire journey of life. And if your mind or your body breaks down, life in those moments is breaking down. And what we're going to do in this evening, one, we're going to be celebrating life. And why are we doing that? First of all, when you celebrate, Lenny just mentioned that things happen in vibrations, and we are these vibrational beings. And when we have these good vibrations, these good vibes pulsing through us, then what happens is we literally start to re-encode our DNA. We start to rewire the brain. And in those moments when we're in these higher states of consciousness or these higher vibrations, we start to make more empowering choices. We start to feel stronger who we are as human beings. We start to have a lot more flexibility within our body, within our mind, and within the choices that we use to navigate around through life. And we just start to love who we are in the moment. And of course, the first thing is we have to learn to accept our body and mind in its current condition. But we have to know that there's always work to be done, because if we don't do the work, it's like if you don't clean your house, the cobwebs come. You don't clean the house, it gets dirty. The same is for your mind and your body. And what Lenny's going to be serving up that evening from 6 till 12, he said free from food. Now, what that means is that the food he's going to be serving up, it's free from the junk. It's free from the chemicals. It's free from the preservatives. It's free from anything that is unnatural, anything that doesn't have life force in it. So he's going to be serving up amazing food. They're going to be juices there. And I'm going to be taking you through a process where you're just going to come out the other side and love who you are in that moment. You're going to love the people you're surrounded by. You're going to love what Fun is putting on, all the stuff from Vantra. And not only that, you're going to love going into 2017, because I'm going to gift you with some tools that you can use that are really easy. They're playful. You can use them any point in time. I'm not going to be dumping more stuff in your mind, so you're drowning in all this information but starving of wisdom. We're going to connect you to something that when you connect to it, it's just like you breathe. And Phil, we were just having this conversation a minute ago. He asked me, he said, have you been out and partied over Christmas? And I said, I've been so busy with what we're doing, I haven't gone out at all, apart from one evening I spent around a friend's house. But I was literally working when I was around there, because I love what I do. And when you love what you do, you're not going to work a day in your life. And the oneness that you were talking about, Lenny, where you said that, when we create this oneness, we actually don't need to go and find the parties. We don't need to go and find something else, because we've already found it within. So give us a little bit more of your definition of oneness for the people who are watching, because that essentially is what we're going to be creating on this day, on New Year's Day at your event.
Yeah, see, oneness is go beyond. So we start from at one point, as we covered just now about the vibration. We're very honored to hear that, and I also have to embrace that as well. And so hopefully the more people join in, the more we can, it's like the fire, the more bit of pieces of different fire, put it together, and then the brighter it is, no matter how dark is the universe. So it's not about separate everything. When it come together, then all the human conscious being come together, we share the warmth, the bright, then we see the direction. So we vibrate together. This is the party all about. And then we work on the body, which Skip going to show us. And then from there, then we work on the physical life. You know, we have fun. We're going to have the DJ dancing. It's not just what you do, but how you do it with the right vibration. Sometimes we might eat the right thing, but the internal we still have a lot of impurities, and that is block our vibration. So we're not, our different body need to receive different energy. Then the organs, the liver need to function properly. If we block it, then it's not vibrate properly. There's not enough energy. It's not going to digest the food. So what we have to supercharge with Skip his matter and his vibration, you know, and then we supercharge that. Then we can play. See, we play differently, you know. And then we have some show as well, magic show. With back to the story that not just watching in the movie, you know. So watching in the real life, there's magician, and you'll be surprised whether it's going to be Adam and Eve, whether it's going to be stripped completely or not. We see, because it's going to be return to Eden. That's why we call it Vantra Eden, because we separate in the church. Once upon a time, all great religion, there was one together, rather than become separate because of race, because of country. Now we put it back together with one food, that free from food. Even organic wheat we don't do. So it's free from wheat, free from chemical. That we can start from this table, and people can practice. So as I said just now, first we have the vibration, and then second we will put into practice. That's very important to anchor into our body, because we are a habitual person. So you can come to, let's say, to different restaurants, not just Vantra, to eat healthy. And the oneness is about connecting to go beyond. Let's say you eat your food healthy at home, and then you connect with your friend eating in the restaurant. And then every Monday we have an open mic at the Offer Street. We call it Vitao now, because we used to have two restaurants, Vitao and Vantra. Now we separate, we go two-way again. So, but we still link together. So open mic, eating restaurant. And then once a month, we like to break down from this New Year party with a big dream. And most people go overwhelmed. What do I want? There's a lot of things in life, relationship, health, financial, and all kind of things, funds, you know. So in this party, it's about everything, oneness, yeah. And then we go further, we connect with different people. When you talk about oneness, because actually we are oneness, but the thing is, human beings, we've forgotten we are oneness. That's why we think we want to connect so much. We really love, we want to be achieve this, like the English say, if not broken, don't fix it, you know? So we keep on trying to fix something. That's why we're trying to get flow or this and that. And so in fact, we block it. So the one is about let go the impurities. Everything is already one. So we let it truly connect without, it's already connect. So we are reconnect in the way of understanding, aware of it. So it's not actually trying to connect it, but we need to use a word. So we need.
I think what you're saying, Fun, and I've seen this all around the world, where you're talking about when we're disconnected from the truth.
Yeah.
It can be a very lonely world. We can feel alone, and that aloneness is almost like a cell in the body that doesn't connect with the other cells, and we call that a cancer cell. That's how tumors start to grow. Yeah. So this idea of connection is such a powerful thing to remember, but then also to apply, because what we're now finding is that a lot of these third world countries, their communities are really close together. But now we're seeing around the world that there are rich people, but they have this aloneness. They feel alone. They feel disconnected from something, and it's disconnected from the truth. So this whole myth of money's going to make you happy, no. We used to think that money would just give you a free mind, but now I'm interviewing and connecting with really rich people. They have the money, but they don't have the free mind. So the idea is that you want to have everything. You can have the freedom, you can have a healthy body, a healthy mind, healthy relationships, healthy dreams. And this is one of the things that when I guide you guys through this process that we're going to do at this event, because when we get down to the most fundamental essence of what life is, it's energy. And we can either have a good, clean energy, or we can have a negative energy, or a crazy, like Tasmanian devil, crazy energy spinning out of control. Whereas when we learn to focus that energy in a balanced way, where we've got the balance and the alignment within us, like we've got that equidistant cross within us, then what happens is when we focus our mind on what we want to achieve, we have a lot more power. Now, without me getting weird, I just want to make a real simple analogy to people. We all walk around with things like this now. And if I said to you guys, say 100 years ago, we're going to be walking around with these things, and there's going to be something called Wi-Fi. And what that's going to allow us to do, we're going to get connected to Wi-Fi through this thing, and we can have a picture come up, and we can connect to our friends and loved ones and business associates all around the world in real time at any time. And then we're going to start to download all these apps that are going to help. You'd be like, what are you talking about, Skip? You wouldn't even be able to understand the concept of Wi-Fi. Whereas nowadays, most of us can't live without it. Now, the thing is with Wi-Fi, it's non-physical and you can't see it. Now, the non-physical part of what we are, our spirit. We know we're a mind, we're a body, and we're a spirit. When you connect to your spirit, and you've created within your body an energetic field through every single cell in your body, and I'm talking about 100 trillion cells, then what happens is all of you light up. Now, the thing that Fun said earlier, when he talked about we're all going to bring, you know, it's like putting a little bit of a fire here, a little bit of a fire here, a little bit of a twig here, a little bit, and before you know it, boom, you can light any darkness up. Now, what we're going to be doing on this evening is I'm going to be lighting you guys up. And we do it through energy, and it's a very fun process. And what's going to happen is when I get you in these energetic states. Now, here's the beautiful thing about energy. When there's a group consciousness and group energy, the energetic states or the high frequencies or the high vibrations that we put you in, it's a lot harder to do it by yourself. When we do it with a big group of people, that energy level goes up and up and up and up and up. And when you're in this frequency, at that moment, I'm going to be connecting you to what you want to unfold in 2017. Because if you haven't got a clear vision, a clear mission in your mind of how you want 2017 to roll out, I can tell you now, 2017 for you is going to be like you being a ball in a pinball machine, being battered from left to right all over the shop. Whereas our creator gave us free will. So we can choose our thoughts, we can choose our emotions, we can choose to make better decisions so that 2017 starts to unravel with all of its beauty. And I'm not saying that the challenges won't happen in your life, because they always will. That's life on planet Earth. You know, we live on a planet of contrast. But what will happen is when you learn to access these high frequencies, you will start to respond to those challenges in your greatness, and eventually those challenges will become your blessings. But we can't expect anything in this outside world to change. The only thing that we can expect to change, if we're willing to do the work and to have fun doing it, is us. We have to do the inner work. So I'm going to be guiding you guys through a real powerful process. And just to let you know how powerful this stuff is, some of you may not even know me who are watching this. You know, you may know Fun, you may know Vantra, or you may know none of this, and this has just ended up in your inbox, or you're seeing this on social media. We're filming a movie at the moment where we've got about 15 of the planet's top gurus in the movie. And I was climbing this waterfall, and got about 60 feet up this waterfall, where I was going to be doing some yoga poses on the top of this waterfall, and some water came under my foot. I slipped. I fell all the way down the waterfall, hit a rock at the bottom, snapped my tailbone from a C shape straight into an L shape. It got lodged from being center in the body, got lodged over to one side, and then this wrist totally snapped, and you could see the bone sticking out the side. Now, using the stuff that I teach, and of course they wanted to operate immediately. That as soon as they got me to hospital, straight away they was like, right, let's get him down and let's get him in the operating room. Now, just as you have a phone When you get the Wi-Fi connection, then you can get connected to the rest of the world. Even though you have the phone, if you haven't got the Wi-Fi connection, or sorry, if you haven't got the Wi-Fi code, you can't get the connection. Well, let's say that this phone resembles your body. It doesn't mean that you are connected to source energy, universal intelligence, divine wisdom, or the type of energy that creates worlds in our universe. That's what we want to get you connected to, because then when you've got the energy and the focus, then you've got the strength, you've got the determination, you've got the discipline, you've got all that you need to allow your dreams to unravel. And once when you as a child, you had big dreams. But as we get older and older and older, we start to live up more in our minds, and our minds can be our worst enemy, and our minds kind of like crush our dreams in the end. Oh no, I'm not good enough to do that. I can't do that. Oh, I've passed my day. I haven't got the resources. I haven't got the money. I'm not in love. And whatever the story is, these thoughts are not serving you at all. So what we need to do is I need to take you above the realm of these negative thoughts and emotions. And when you're in this realm up here, you start to make these empowered choices. And what happens is you start to get this code, so that you're the phone, remember? So if I give you the Wi-Fi code, you get connected to the whole world. Well, at this event, I'm going to be giving you the code to this intelligence. And when you're in those moments, I'm going to have you making decisions. And these decisions are going to shock some of you, because they're going to remind you of how powerful you really are. And I really believe that, you know, some of us are going through some major challenges in our life, and we just have to look how crazy life on planet Earth is at the moment. It really is crazy. However, we don't need to get sucked into that craziness. We can find that balance. We can find that alignment. We can find that happiness. We can find those ways to connect with ourselves, where we just love who we really are, and we start to fall back in love with life and humanity, and making our life become one that we're really, really proud to live. So Lenny, Fun, you mentioned that you've got some magicians there. So what other entertainment have you got coming down? Because
you see, you start with the core, then we connect to our spiritual being, and then as some might say, it's really a spiritual being experiencing human experience. So we're not like too far away, it's just spiritual, because the body is our temple. So what we do, we want to clean up the temple so we can dance, and we can have massage, chanting massage, different kind of massage, different meditation. We have a healing room there. So there's a healing room, and there's food, which we're going to do meat-free burger, and it's all healthy, non-fried. And we have some noodle bar as well, and juice bar instead of drinking alcohol. So it's how we start the year is very important. It's just like if the morning we start, you know, those morning ritual, if we start the morning with positiveness, health, or go to gym, or do some meditation, then it's peace and healthy. Then the rest of the day is just you put into the right thoughts, and with the right consciousness, and the rest we just attract. So it's the same thing, same with the whole year. It's the New Year day. So okay, New Year Eve, some may have been partying, drinking. So time to detox on the New Year day, at least, and how we kickstart for a better life, not just for to change our world, but we have to start from our world first, and then we together, we hope we can help to change the world, because it's so much problem out there, and which problem is really it's a symptom of how all the being together, that our consciousness, our thoughts, how we project to the world. That like just now we talked about the cancer cell. Cancer cell is actually is not there to punish us. It's there to remind us, because our conscious choice of eating. Sometimes we blame because we take alcohol, we eat fried food, we enter McDonald's, but it's really comes from us. Why we choose McDonald's? Why didn't we teach our child? Now we got a burger. So why didn't we go to Vantra to eat a healthy vegan burger? So it's that conscious choice. That means the reason we have cancer, because we not make the best of this temple of our body and our consciousness that we can serve and we can plan together. And that's why we have that cancer, and that's a symptom. And now it's very fortunate now the world, we have a lot of, when there's so much disease, Then there's a lot of doctor and medicine coming out, and that's why we want to hold this event. So we're going to invite like Skip and some others heroes, local heroes, and to join to share the knowledge. There will be Ayurvedic talks. There will be different dance of five element dance and chantic yoga. That's kind of thing. And then will be more. Whoever wants to participate, they're welcome. Just email Vantra Facebook. Then we can let them have a store. We don't charge the store, you know, so we exchange just something. That's all about exchange value. This is the consciousness we want to build. And then we like to break down to monthly. As I said just now, you come to eat. That's the lifestyle. It's very difficult when people want to have this well-being lifestyle because nowhere to practice. So you can go to different restaurants now, and it's all booming now. And like I said, the open mic. And then monthly we have something events, and then you got the supercharged event as well. Yeah. So
we're doing the event at the end of January is the best due, and it's a brand new event I'm launching. It's we've got new content, we've got new processes. And this is the beautiful thing, that when you get connected to this energy or to divine wisdom, whatever you want to call it, your creative juices are just going to get flowing. And on this evening that we're talking about on New Year's Day, as Phong said, most of us are polluting ourselves on New Year's Eve. So it's going to give you a chance to detox from that stuff and help to cleanse the system, because we don't want your bodies breaking down. And at the same time, it's gonna be such a big celebration, because this blew my mind. The number one thing that works best when it comes to reversing the aging process for anti-aging is actually dancing. But it's dancing with no inhibitions, where you are so free within your body, just like you were when you was a child. There would have been a time when you were like 2, 3, 4 years old, and you heard some music and you just started to dance like an absolute idiot. But now we're all trying to look cool. We're all trying to, like, you know, be the cool one on the dance floor. And instead of actually being in the body and free with no inhibitions, we're up in our heads thinking, do I look cool? Am I being judged? And this voice is going on and on and on and on. And the only one judging you really is you. Because it doesn't matter what people think about you. What really matters is how you feel. Because ultimately in life, the quality of your life is going to come down to the quality of the emotions that you're going to feel on a daily basis. And the emotion that we're going to get you connected to at this event, there's going to be so much. As you said, there's going to be magic there. There's going to be, I'm going to be there taking you through processes. There's going to be great food there. There's going to be healthy juices there. And you might be thinking, oh man, no, forget that. I want my burger. I want my alcohol. Now, if you are thinking that, how about trying this one time without alcohol, without junk food, and seeing how you feel when you leave there at midnight? Because when you leave there at midnight, I can guarantee you will be in such a euphoric state. You're going to love who you are, and you didn't need a chemical, you didn't need a substance to numb who you are, to just allow you to feel good. No, we want you to connect with all of what you are and take that into 2017. And when you do that, you really get connected to your journey in life, because we all know that life is not about the destination, it's about the journey. Of course, you need a destination to set your journey so you know what direction to move in. However, if you're not enjoying the journey, if you're not waking up every single day loving who you are and loving your life, then there's work to be done. And that work can be like play sometimes. And that's what we're going to uncover on this New Year's Day. It's going to be a lot of play. It's going to be a lot of great people there. And as Phong just said, if you want to come and be a part of this, if you're a business owner, if you've got products to sell, he's not even charging you. He's putting this on from the goodness of his heart to start to build the community of greatness around what he has to share. So I'm really super excited to be invited for this and to be taking you guys through a process where you're going to find your inner wisdom. You're going to find your inner magic. You're going to find your inner happiness, and your creative juices are going to get flowing. So on that note, Phong, do you have anything else you'd like to say about New Year's Day?
Hello.
Vegan hero. You got to do the cacao ceremony.
Yes,
Some hip hop.
Yeah, it's all going down, man.
Oh, tell us what people can expect. So people who come in on New Year's Day, tell us.
Yeah, your music, your dance.
Yeah, we're gonna spread the love, man. Unity. Talk some conscious rap rather than talk about bitches and hoes. Let's talk about, you know, the importance of plant-based diet, raising your vibrations, seeing the mirror in each other. So I'll be doing some songs for my album. And on top of that, yeah, I'm starting to do some cacao ceremonies. I've been working with ceremonial cacao for quite some time now. So I'm using Keith's Guatemalan cacao as well as Ashaninka cacao from Peru. They're the best chocolate cacaos in the world. And I did a few cacao ceremonies. And most recently, I did one with, I don't know if you heard of Rebecca Shaman, but she's really good. She's away at the moment. But yeah, I just realized with me working with that cacao, one, it resonated with my DNA, and I noticed that actually I could handle it because it's actually a very gentle, feminine spirit, and I think it's important for a time like now and just generally all round because it's very subtle.
Just on 1 second before you carry on, I don't want to interrupt, but
no worries, yeah.
There are some people who may be viewing this but think raw cacao. What the hell is raw cacao? Now let me just really explain what raw cacao is. You're having. A lot of us eat these chocolate bars that they're not even chocolate bar, they're confectionery food that are jacked up with so much crap and chemicals and the wrong fats and the wrong stuff. And we live on this stuff and we get addicted to the sugars in it. Well, what raw cacao is the real chocolate. And what you're sourcing is the best place to get this raw cacao. Now, when I say we're not going to be having alcohol, we're not going to be having drugs, we are going to be getting high. Now, I want you guys to understand that this high that we're speaking about here is from raw cacao, and it is a stimulant, but you will go up. So now people understand what raw cacao is. Please tell us more about it and what can we expect from this evening?
Totally, you're 1000% correct. So a lot of people, even in the vegan world, that's saying that they having raw foods and stuff like that. From what I've learned with my body type and the energy is actually. Real ceremonial cacao is not toxic. It doesn't affect the adrenals. It's very low in caffeine. So even it has theobromine, ceremonial cacao, not cacao powder in the health stores, ceremonial cacao in its purest form that's been untouched is a feminine spirit plant that shamans in Peru, in Guatemala, in Ecuador have been using for thousands of years. Even the Tibetan monks, you know, Chinese monks, that even these places high up in the Himalayas that you think they didn't get hold of, you know, cacao, and it wasn't actually in their region. Actually, they were able to source this stuff. Even the Egyptian pharaohs, it decalcifies the pineal gland, our third eye, which is our intuition. And for people who don't maybe believe that, we all have intuition. We all have sight, you know, however.
Let me expand on that because we're talking about the third eye. A lot of you have seen, like, you know, a third eye on here. Now, we actually have... it's scientifically proven we do have this third eye. Now, it's not an eye that you see through like the human eye, but it's the all-seeing eye, the eye that is connected to source or universal intelligence, the eye that when you see through that, you're actually one step ahead of the game. So if you're in business and you want to actually be one step ahead of your competition, you have to live life through this all-seeing eye so that you literally start to see through this eye, and then you get connected to a whole new reality. And only when you start, but it is like a muscle, because what's happened now when he talked about decalcifying the pineal gland, our pineal gland used to be huge and it used to allow us to connect to the whole universe that we are participants in, but through time it's basically started to calcify, and it stopped being used, and it's like a muscle. If you don't use it, you're gonna lose it completely. So what this does is it starts to basically cleanse the pineal gland, and suddenly your perception of reality, where especially if you're living in a city, is usually this tunnel vision. And as you start to do these ceremonies, as you start to get high, as you start to look through this all-seeing eye, suddenly your perception of reality, it starts to open up, and you're like, oh my god. Totally, to the point that we can be speaking through telepathy instead of being overconsumed by iPhones, killing up. Exactly. That's why you're here. I'm gonna tell you one thing now. I was in Planet Organic with Natalie, and something told me to come to Vantra. I don't know why, but we're here now, I guess. So you know, maybe it was the third eye that was working. You understand what I mean? And I think when you're in touch with that flow, you know, and the energy.
you know, it's like you're stepping outside of this matrix, this kind of false reality that we've been presented with, or so-called been trapped in this, you know, through society, you know, whatever. It's been like that for a long time, and I think it's like we've been restricted from this sense of great well-being, this sense of awareness. And I think now is the blessing is that I'm talking to you. We're here. I'm talking to you. We're all sharing, and we're coming back gradually into that space in our time, you know, and we're not being brainwashed by media, all of this nonsense. You know, instead of using the iPhone, wouldn't it be great that we could speak to someone in Brazil, you know, with this? I know this sounds advanced for people, but you know, the evidence is out there if you want to get scientific as well. But you know, like this stuff about intuition, like you were saying it about the workplaces, you know, instead of getting too much into the left brain headspace, like how do I make my next maneuver? How do I, you know, step up to being a manager or boss of my own business? Through energy, you will attract that law of attraction through this opening up your third eye. So stuff like, instead of drinking tap water, you know, start drinking more alkaline water or you know, a mineral water, good mineral water. But you know, there are fake mineral water brands out there. So it's just having when your third eye's open, and you know, through words, I have to be careful with my wording right now, because that has an effect on what you say. If you say your third eye's not open, then you've kind of jinxed it. So you can do all this stuff without taking cacao, without taking all this stuff. But you know, at the same time, this stuff has been put on the universe.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, ultimately what you're saying is that as you start to activate more of what you are,
yeah,
and you step out of the bubble of this illusion that we were born into, then in those moments we find our freedom. In those moments when we find our freedom, we're not in our heads, our creative juices get flowing, and you can create empires in your life, you know, within your family life, within your business, within your own mind and body, within your contribution back to the planet. And that is where we start to actually be back in control of our lives, not where we've been being like these control freaks. Because the whole point is, if we're not celebrating life, it ain't going to celebrate for us.
Completely.
So we have to be involved with this celebration. And it's, I'm so, and this is the first time that you and I are meeting, and I'm so honored to meet you, because I know that this New Year's Day is going to be, it's going to be a wake-up call for a lot of people. So please go out and have a great New Year's Eve. Do whatever you want to do New Year's Eve, but just know New Year's Day could be the beginning of your new life, because we're going to show you how to party, we're going to show you how to celebrate, and we're going to show you how to get high on life, where there's no chemicals, there's no substances, there's no negativity.
And pure energy, love, no judgments, no hate. All of that disperses out of the window. Oneness completely, to the point that it's souls talking behind a brick wall, and you're not seeing color, race, or anything like that at all. It's just the hearts, the spirits speaking, which is a more divine high, more powerful high than getting screwed up in the clubs, intoxicated, which we all think is cool. But then you come to a realization that you can no longer keep going like that, because it's having a detrimental effect. And
well, I can tell people, when I just like yourself, when I was you know, growing up, we were you know, I had an entertainment company, and I really believe in transparency now. And in that day where we were doing big tours around Europe, you can't avoid what comes in that industry. And there's a lot of alcohol there, there's a lot of drugs there, and it's only a matter of time before you kind of test it. So this is coming from someone who's actually tried that stuff. But however, when there is a certain high which is stimulated, what goes up must come down. Whereas when you create the high within yourself, there isn't one single side effect. And in those moments, when you know how to do it, it's like training a muscle. As you start to get stronger and stronger and stronger, you start to get addicted to the good stuff. And when you've got those type of addictions, and you are just in that flow state in life, then suddenly you start to wake up and realize that the planet Earth is a miracle. The human mind and body is a miracle. And when you start to be that miracle walking around life, what happens? You start creating miracles. And that's what we want to get you connected to.
1000%. It's going to be a blessing and honor. I think it's going to be a whole year within the one day of the 1st of Jan. And I think even now, right now, it's just a blessing to be able to share this experience with you all right now. You know, and something I think even for some of us that is quite new, we've all been urging for, and we've all had this kind of inner voice in us about some of this stuff that may seem a bit alien or unusual. But we've always kind of been a bit scared to express or to show due to conditioning, whatever. But it's like, now's the time to cut through the crap. Now's the time to just get down with the shizzle, man.
Love it, man. Love it.
Love the life,
amen.
Man.
Amen.
Amen to that, man.
So, on that note, I mean, we could carry on talking for hours and hours and hours. There's no doubt. But I know you want to have your meal. People at home who've watched this, please come and join us. New Year's Day, 6 p.m. till midnight. It's on Tottenham Court Road. It's by where the church is. We'll put a link at the bottom of this, so you can come. You can, reserve your ticket. Come down there. Tell your friends. Tell your family. If you know anybody that wants to showcase anything that they've got in their business, Fun has just said that there's a stall space there. You can just come down. He's not even going to charge it, because we want everybody coming down to really make sure that 2017 is kick-started in the best way. So for myself, I love you all. Do you guys want to say goodbye?
We love you too, man. Have a beautiful Christmas. Have a beautiful day, and have a beautiful week. We're looking forward to seeing you. 6 p.m. Yes, it's going down on the 1st of Jan. Are we right?
So,
you signing off, Fun?
yeah, I'd like to, now we listen to all this wisdom. It's time to put into practice. As Confucius said, you listen, very easy to forget. Here come in, here go out. So when you see it, you see the food, you remember, oh, how delicious that. How beautiful is that woman? How handsome is Skip and Kane? But you don't understand. So it's all about shared experience, action. So that day, we all put into action together. All this consciousness, this connection. So we want to put into habit. So if we continuous practice the habit, and it will become our character. When our character is achieved, then we become that. As Gandhi said, see the change. How to say? I even forgot the words. Be the change
in yourself. That you want to see in others, in yourself.
In the world. Be the change. But how to become the change that you want to see in the world? But how to become the change? We all know the truth. Now information is everywhere. We know the truth. But it's about putting into practice. That day is all about experiencing. The vibration from the core to the dance, to the drinks, to the pale food. It's almost like back to the Eden. That's why we call it Vantra Eden. It's by the church.
I feel like we've got our own little personal Confucius with us, within you, Fun. You look like an old wise man. So, guys, I look forward to seeing you New Year's Day. Brilliant. A young wise man.
We miss you there.
Brilliant. Amen. Thank you, guys.
Well, I tell you,
he looks great for 1,000 years old, doesn't he?
Thank you, mate.
I've been hiding.
We've been using all the commercial. No, joking.
Love it. Awesome. Right. Thank you, guys. And remember, 6 p.m. New Year's Day. Click the link below this, and then you can go get your tickets and come and join the party and find your freedom on that day. Myself and the rest of the guys. Love you, and adios.
Yeah.
You like it?